Have you ever felt overwhelmed by fear and anxiety? Fear is a natural instinct designed to protect us, but when it becomes excessive or irrational, it can severely impact our happiness and overall well-being. Understanding how to manage these feelings is crucial for personal growth. By using Stoic strategies that empower us to manage anxiety, live in the moment, and strengthen our character. 1. Understand that fear is natural but can be overcome. Fear is a universal emotion that every human experiences at some point in their lives. It is an instinctive response designed to protect us from danger, but when fear becomes excessive or irrational, it can paralyze us. Acknowledging that fear is a natural part of the human experience is the first step toward overcoming it. The Stoics, a philosophical school from ancient Greece and Rome, taught that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them. This understanding allows us to temper irrational fears with logic and discipline. For instance, Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, emphasized the importance of facing our fears head-on. In his writings, he often reflected on the transient nature of life and the inevitability of challenges. He believed that recognizing the impermanence of fear could empower individuals to confront it rather than avoid it. This Stoic perspective encourages us to examine the roots of our fears, distinguishing between those that are rational and those that are not. In modern life, many individuals grapple with fears stemming from societal expectations, career uncertainties, or personal relationships. For example, someone might fear public speaking due to the potential for judgment. By applying Stoic principles, one can shift their focus from the fear of judgment to the opportunity for connection and communication. Instead of viewing public speaking as a threat, they can see it as a chance to share their thoughts and engage with others. Taking actionable steps is crucial in this journey. One effective method is to journal about your fears, identifying which ones are rational and which are not. This practice helps clarify your thoughts and allows you to confront fears instead of letting them control you. By embracing fear as a natural part of life, we can begin to experience the freedom that comes with overcoming it. In conclusion, recognizing that fear is a common, natural response is empowering. The teachings of Stoicism remind us that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This understanding not only alleviates the weight of fear, but also inspires a proactive approach to personal growth and resilience. As we commit to facing our fears, we foster a sense of community and support, transforming our struggles into shared experiences that ultimately strengthen us all. 2. Practice mindfulness to become aware of irrational fears. Have you ever found yourself paralyzed by a fear that seemed completely irrational in hindsight? In our modern world, where uncertainties abound, the power of mindfulness can help us uncover the truth behind our fears. By practicing mindfulness, we can transform our relationship with fear, reclaiming our lives from the grips of anxiety. Self-awareness is fundamental in this journey. Through mindfulness and meditation, we develop a keen awareness of our thoughts, allowing us to discern which fears are disproportionate to the actual threats we face. For instance, consider the Stoic philosophy, which teaches that we cannot control external events, but can control our reactions to them. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we learn to observe our fears without judgment, recognizing that many are exaggerated or unfounded. This process is akin to standing on the shore and watching the waves of our thoughts roll in. While they may appear daunting, they are temporary and can be understood. Identifying irrational fears becomes easier as we cultivate mindfulness. When we pay close attention to our thought patterns, we begin to see how fear can distort our perceptions. For example, A person might fear that speaking up in a meeting will lead to ridicule. However, through mindfulness, they can recognize that this fear stems from past experiences rather than present realities. By questioning the validity of such fears, they can take steps to confront them, leading to personal growth. Empowerment through awareness is a transformative experience. Once we understand that a fear is irrational, it begins to lose its grip on us. This mirrors the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and reactions. When we realize that our fears do not define us, we gain the freedom to act in alignment with our values rather than being held back by unfounded anxieties. As you embark on this journey, consider committing to a daily mindfulness practice. Start with just 5 minutes of meditation or mindful breathing to become more aware of your thoughts and fears. By doing so, you will experience greater clarity and peace of mind. Embracing mindfulness will allow you to recognize and confront your irrational fears, ultimately leading to a newfound sense of empowerment and freedom. In this journey, reflect on the irrational fears you uncover. Share your experiences with mindfulness and how it has shaped your perspective. Together, we can support each other in overcoming the fears that hold us back, cultivating a community rooted in awareness and resilience. 3. Focus on what you can control. Life often feels like an ongoing test of endurance, where uncertainties and uncontrollable factors loom over our daily decisions. As we navigate these challenges, the question arises, are we investing energy in what truly matters? How often do you find yourself spiraling into anxiety over things beyond your control? Whether it's an unexpected change in your career, the outcome of an important event, or even the opinions others hold of you, these concerns often occupy our thoughts and leave us feeling powerless. What if you could shift your focus from these uncontrollable factors and instead concentrate solely on what lies within your grasp? The Stoic philosophers remind us that we have limited power over external events, but we possess full control over our internal world, our judgments, actions, and attitudes. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This timeless insight helps us to understand that it's not the circumstances that dictate our peace of mind, but our response to them. When we embrace this mindset, we liberate ourselves from the anxiety of trying to control the uncontrollable. In a fast-paced, interconnected society where change is the only constant, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by external pressures. The unpredictability of global markets, the fast-paced evolution of technology and social expectations all contribute to a sense of instability. Yet worrying about these factors achieves little. Instead, by choosing to concentrate on how we adapt, grow, and evolve, we regain control over our lives. Imagine you're dealing with a sudden career challenge, such as potential layoffs at your company. You cannot dictate the decisions of your superiors or the state of the industry, but you can prepare for the worst-case scenario by enhancing your skills and broadening your professional connections. This shift in perspective empowers you, turning fear into opportunity. Instead of dreading what may happen, you focus on actions that improve your chances of success, regardless of the outcome. At its heart, Stoicism teaches that there's freedom in acceptance. This acceptance isn't about surrendering. It's about channeling your energy into things you can change. Once you've done everything within your power, you can let go of the outcome with peace of mind. There's a profound liberation in knowing that you've taken control where it matters, and that worrying about the rest only saps your energy. In conclusion, directing your energy toward what you can control allows you to step beyond fear. Narrow your concerns, focus on your actions and mindset, and you'll find the strength to let go of the rest. By embracing the Stoic path, you unlock not only a calmer mind, but also a more empowered way of living, free from the chains of unnecessary worry. 4. Be present in the moment. In a world filled with distractions and pressures, many people find themselves overwhelmed by worries about the future, often forgetting that life is happening right before their eyes. Have you ever found yourself so consumed by worries about the future that you missed out on the beauty of the present moment? It's all too easy to get trapped in a cycle of anxiety, constantly asking ourselves, what if? This kind of thinking can weigh heavily on our minds, preventing us from enjoying the richness of life right in front of us. The Stoics, an ancient philosophical school, offer timeless wisdom that encourages us to embrace the present. They believe that true freedom comes from accepting each moment as it comes, rather than getting lost in the uncertainties of tomorrow. Stoicism teaches us that each moment is manageable and that anxiety often arises from our projections into the future. Take, for example, the story of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Despite facing immense challenges, including wars and plagues, he found solace in the present. Aurelius wrote in his meditations about the importance of focusing on the here and now, reminding himself that the only thing he could control was his own mind and reactions. This perspective empowered him to navigate his responsibilities without being weighed down by fear. To integrate this mindset into our lives, we can practice mindfulness, following in the footsteps of the Stoics. This can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to pause, breathe deeply, and reconnect with our surroundings. Try observing the beauty of nature around you, or savoring the taste of your food without distractions. These small acts can significantly reduce the anxiety we feel about uncertain possibilities. When we ground ourselves in the present, we often find that our fears about the future begin to fade away. Reflecting on our experiences can further enhance our mindfulness practice. Think about the moments in your life when you felt most at peace. What experiences brought you joy without the burden of future concerns? By intentionally recalling these times, we can train our minds to recognize the value of living in the now. The immediate benefits of this practice include a sense of relief, clarity, and empowerment. Ultimately, embracing the present moment is not just a philosophical idea. It's a practical approach to overcoming fear. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and actions, we free ourselves from the burdens of anxiety. So, I encourage you to take a moment today to commit to being present. Share a moment from your day when you fully immersed yourself in the now. You might be surprised at the lightness it brings to your heart. 5. Remember that virtue is what matters most. In a world often obsessed with external markers of success, wealth, reputation, and even health, it's crucial to remember that true fulfillment lies within the virtues we cultivate. Stoicism teaches us that while external circumstances can shift like the wind, the strength of our character is the bedrock upon which a meaningful life is built. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective encourages us to redefine success not as a reflection of our material possessions or social status, but as a manifestation of our inner wisdom, courage, and integrity. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, who found profound meaning in the most harrowing of circumstances. While imprisoned in concentration camps, Frankl observed that those who maintained a sense of purpose, those who focused on their inner virtues rather than their dire surroundings, were more likely to survive. He argued that meaning can be found even in suffering, as long as we hold on to our principles and virtues. This exemplifies the Stoic belief that while we cannot control the events that befall us, we can control our responses and maintain our integrity. In our daily lives, the fear of loss often paralyzes us. We become ensnared in a cycle of anxiety, worrying about losing what we possess. However, Stoicism encourages a shift away from this fear by reminding us that external misfortunes are powerless against our commitment to virtuous living. Instead of fearing loss, we can embrace personal growth and the cultivation of virtues, allowing us to face adversity with resilience. By focusing on our internal landscape, we empower ourselves to navigate life's challenges with grace. We can choose to act with integrity, display courage in difficult times, and pursue wisdom in our decisions. Ultimately, embracing virtue allows us to break free from the chains of societal expectations and find true peace within ourselves. As we cultivate these inner strengths, we not only enhance our lives but also inspire others to do the same. So let us remember that virtue is what truly matters, guiding us toward a fulfilling and resilient life, irrespective of the external circumstances we may face. 6. Accept what you cannot change. Accepting what you cannot change is one of the most crucial principles in life, especially on the journey to overcoming fear. Stoicism teaches us that trying to control things beyond our grasp not only leads to stress, but also diminishes our mental strength. When we confront reality rather than resist it, we conserve our energy for what truly matters. Take Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, as an example. He faced numerous challenges, from war to illness. Instead of complaining or begging for change, he chose to accept his circumstances. In his writings in Meditations, Marcus emphasized that we should not suffer over what we cannot control, such as death, change, or external attacks. Instead, he encouraged individuals to seek inner peace by focusing on their own reactions to these challenges. When we apply this philosophy to our daily lives, we find that accepting the unchangeable not only brings relief, but also creates a sense of freedom. Once we acknowledge that things won't always go according to our plans, we can free ourselves from the burden of anxiety and begin to live more fully. Rather than lamenting over what we can't change, we can transform those situations into opportunities for growth and learning. The important question is, are you ready to accept what you cannot change in your life? When you truly do this, you'll discover the strength and peace you've been seeking. Remember, tranquility comes from within, and accepting reality is the first step toward achieving it. Only by letting go of resistance can we find the path to overcoming fear and live a more liberated life. 7. View challenges as opportunities for growth. Have you ever faced a challenge that seemed overwhelming, only to realize later that it made you stronger? We often dread challenges, seeing them as obstacles in our path. But what if those very challenges were the keys to unlocking your greatest personal growth? Every challenge in life is a hidden opportunity, a chance to evolve, push your boundaries, and become the best version of yourself. Instead of viewing difficulties as setbacks, start seeing them as stepping stones that propel you forward. It's not just about how you face the challenge, it's about how you transform them into valuable lessons, creating a positive, forward-looking mindset. In today's fast-paced world, pressure and stress are constant companions. Whether it's work-related setbacks, personal struggles, or relationship issues, challenges are inevitable. But rather than being overwhelmed by these difficulties, you can choose to view them as opportunities to cultivate patience and adaptability, qualities that are essential for thriving in the modern world. Stoicism teaches us that adversity is unavoidable, but it's our response to it that defines its true value. This philosophy doesn't encourage avoiding or fearing hardship. Instead, it advocates for accepting and confronting challenges with courage and wisdom. Ask yourself, what would happen if you started viewing your current challenges not as threats, but as stepping stones to personal growth. How many times have you come out stronger after facing a tough situation? Perhaps what you fear the most is exactly what you need to grow. The next time you encounter a challenge, take a moment to pause. Instead of reacting with fear or frustration, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Every day, write down a challenge you faced and the lesson it taught you. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns of growth and resilience emerging from confronting adversity head-on. When you shift your mindset and start viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, you'll experience a profound sense of freedom. Fear will no longer hold you back. Instead, you'll face life's trials with courage, knowing that each one brings a new lesson and the opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, and wiser. Share a challenge you're currently facing and commit to embracing it with a positive mindset. Let's grow together, overcome fear, and find freedom through the difficulties life throws our way. 8. Surround yourself with positive role models. Think about the people in your life who inspires you to be braver in the face of your fears. The company we keep profoundly shapes our thoughts, emotions, and attitudes toward challenges. In a world that often feels overwhelming, surrounding ourselves with positive role models can be a transformative approach to overcoming fear. This practice is deeply rooted in the principles of Stoicism, which teaches us to focus on what we can control and to draw strength from those who exemplify resilience. Imagine a colleague who approaches setbacks with unwavering determination. Their ability to face difficulties head-on can inspire you to tackle your own fears. Stoicism encourages us to learn from those around us, individuals who embody strength, perseverance, and resilience. By observing their responses to adversity, we gain insights into managing our own challenges. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." By surrounding ourselves with prepared individuals, we increase our chances of seizing opportunities when they arise. Consider the impact of a supportive community. When you spend time with people who uplift and motivate you, their positive energy becomes contagious. In contrast, negative influences can exacerbate feelings of doubt and fear. A poignant example of this is the story of a young athlete who, despite facing repeated failures, found inspiration in a coach who believed in her potential. This coach's unwavering support not only helped her confront her fears, but also instilled a sense of confidence that allowed her to achieve her goals. Reflect on your own life. Who embodies resilience for you? How do their actions inspire you to confront your fears? Take a moment to identify at least 3 positive role models in your life or community. Engage with them, learn from their experiences, and embrace the qualities you admire. By intentionally surrounding yourself with these influences, you cultivate an environment that fosters courage and growth. The benefits of this practice are immediate. As you connect with these role models, you'll likely feel an emotional shift, one that empowers you to face your fears with newfound strength. This sense of freedom can propel you forward, allowing you to embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. Share who your role models are and recount a moment when their influence helped you confront a fear. By committing to engage with these individuals regularly, you not only strengthen your resolve, but also contribute to a community that thrives on resilience and empowerment. Together, we can learn to face our fears head-on, inspired by the strength of those who lead the way. 9. Develop healthy coping mechanisms. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by fear, like a dark cloud hanging over you, blocking your way forward? Fear is a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to control us. By developing healthy coping mechanisms, we can reclaim our power and navigate through life's challenges with resilience and confidence. In today's fast-paced world, stress and anxiety are common, arising from work pressure, personal challenges, or global uncertainties. That's why having effective strategies to cope is more important than ever. Many successful individuals have shared how they manage stress through daily routines. For example, actor Dwayne Johnson, known for his positive outlook, incorporates rigorous exercise and mindfulness practices into his daily life. He emphasizes that physical activity is crucial not just for physical health, but also for mental clarity and emotional stability. What calming activities do you engage in when life feels overwhelming? Have you considered how spending time in nature or volunteering might redirect your focus away from fear and toward fulfillment? These activities not only provide a sense of purpose, but also foster connection and grounding. For instance, environmentalist Jane Goodall often highlights the therapeutic benefits of connecting with nature, inspiring others to seek solace in the natural world. Start by integrating one new coping mechanism into your daily routine. Whether it's a short walk in nature, a journaling session before bed, or picking up a new hobby, take that first step today. By committing to these practices, you empower yourself to face challenges head-on, transforming fear into a tool for growth. By developing these healthy coping mechanisms, you not only reduce your fear, but also enhance your overall well-being. Imagine feeling lighter, more at peace, and equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. I invite you to share your experiences in the comments below. What coping mechanisms have worked for you? Let's support each other on this journey to overcome fear together. 10. Make progress one small step at a time. Ask yourself, have you ever felt overwhelmed by the challenges in life? That's the moment to remember that patience is key to overcoming them. Stoicism teaches us that improvement isn't something you achieve overnight. Rather, it's a journey of small steps, where even the tiniest progress deserves recognition. For instance, J.K. Rowling faced numerous failures and anxieties before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Each time she rewrote a chapter or submitted her work, it was a small step, but those steps ultimately led to tremendous success. In today's world, we often feel pressure to succeed instantly, but it's essential to celebrate small victories. Each time you confront a fear, whether it's striking up a conversation with a stranger or trying something new, it's a victory worth celebrating. Trust the process and remember that steady progress will help you build courage. Rather than pressuring yourself to be fearless right away, focus on taking small steps each day. With every day, you'll feel stronger, and your ability to confront fears will grow. Look to figures like Michelle Obama, who faced societal pressures and expectations while serving as First Lady, yet managed to cultivate confidence and a powerful influence within her community. Ultimately, remember that each small step you take brings you a sense of freedom and strength. As you persistently make progress, you'll not only overcome your fears, but also discover your limitless potential. Share the small steps you've taken and commit to trying at least one new action in the upcoming week. Together, we can build a supportive community that empowers each other in the journey to overcome fear. When facing fear, seeking inspiration from supportive sources can play a crucial role in the journey to overcome it. Just like many of us, Arthur experienced anxiety when confronted with new situations. However, he learned that the principles of Stoic philosophy not only helped reshape his perspective on fear, but also paved the way for him to overcome it. The transformation from fear to confidence is not just a personal process, it's a journey of discovering one's inner strengths. Arthur was thrilled about his long-awaited European vacation with his girlfriend. However, as the trip approached, he found himself increasingly anxious about the lengthy international flight. Although he had always disliked flying, he had managed to cope with it when necessary. This time, the thought of being confined on a plane for over 8 hours filled him with dread. As the flight date drew nearer, Arthur's anxiety escalated. He struggled to sleep and found it difficult to concentrate at work. The idea of cancelling the trip crossed his mind, but he was reluctant to disappoint his girlfriend. In search of a solution, Arthur turned to Stoic philosophy, hoping to find guidance for overcoming his fear. He began practicing several Stoic strategies that offered him new perspectives. One key strategy was mindfulness. Arthur learned to pay close attention to his irrational fears about flying, questioning their realism. He realized that many of his anxieties were exaggerated. Additionally, he focused on what he could control. Rather than fixating on unlikely disasters, he dedicated his energy to ensuring he got enough rest and packing comfort items for the flight. Living in the present became another crucial tactic. Whenever anxious thoughts about the flight emerged, Arthur practiced redirecting his attention to the task at hand, which helped him stay grounded. He also embraced the Stoic principle of valuing virtue over external opinions. Reminding himself that courage and integrity mattered more than how others perceived him provided a sense of empowerment. Acceptance played a vital role in Arthur's journey. He recognized that some aspects of the flight were beyond his control, and resisting this reality only heightened his anxiety. By reframing his perspective, Arthur began to view the flight as an opportunity for personal growth. Each flight became a step toward diminishing his fears. Moreover, Arthur sought inspiration from role models who had successfully navigated their own fears of flying. Their stories of gradual exposure and triumph encouraged him to take brave steps forward. To further support his efforts, he adopted coping mechanisms like meditation, exercise, and nature walks, which helped alleviate stress and promote calm. Arthur understood that managing anxiety required incremental progress. He focused on taking small, manageable steps rather than expecting an immediate transformation. As he applied these Stoic principles, he boarded the flight to Europe with a sense of nervousness that was now manageable rather than overwhelming. These strategies allowed him to temper irrational fears, remain present, and fortify his character. When Arthur disembarked, he felt a profound sense of accomplishment, ready to embrace the adventures ahead. His journey exemplified the power of Stoic philosophy in overcoming fear and anxiety. When examining the study above, we can draw key insights from Arthur's journey in overcoming his fear of flying. The strategies he applied not only helped him cope with his anxiety, but also embedded Stoic principles into his daily life. Here are the essential takeaways we can learn from this story. Recognize when fear is irrational or disproportionate, and manage anxious thoughts through mindfulness. Direct your energy toward aspects of a situation you can influence, rather than fixating on uncontrollable outcomes. Stay present in the moment to avoid racing thoughts about imagined future scenarios. Prioritize virtuous character and ethical choices over external factors like reputation or wealth. Practice acceptance in the face of circumstances outside your control. View challenges as opportunities to demonstrate and strengthen your fortitude. Seek role models who exemplify courage and perseverance, drawing inspiration from their experiences. Develop routines like meditation, exercise, and journaling to calm your mind and body. Make gradual progress in managing fear by taking consistent small actions to build courage and wisdom over time. In summary, overcoming fear involves self-awareness, acceptance, and gradual growth. Stoicism equips us with practical tools to manage our fears and live courageously. Take the first step today. Apply these Stoic principles in your life to unlock your full potential. With discipline and logic, you can transcend fear and lead a life of strength, wisdom, and peace. If you liked this video, please comment with the number 1, and don't forget to share and subscribe for more Stoic insights.